Right down there. It was late night with the fat man, Mike Nasty. 11 o'clock, everybody's in bed. This is the fat man hanging with the fat man. We got a live video with the fat man. Fat man Mike. Fat man's rolling. That's a double trouble today. I did a morning fat man because I was up, so you did a Saturday morning cast off for the fat man sports talk. I also did a couple of agility work and did a fast cardio workout for the floors. There's a couple things for the fat man on the fat man workouts. There's some, it's called a cloud box for footwork. You did some hurdles. And then we did some cardio work. And that's what we did. And that's fat man time. Everybody's up. 2 minutes in. 2:10, they follow this shit. If I got Instagram. No Instagram. Hey, fat man. Fat man. Fat man. I'm just a fat man. I'm just a fat man. Like I said, I put up a couple new videos on the YouTube channel. YouTube and agility and speed work. And I wasn't the one doing the speed work, but that's what we did. I did the cardio work. Huffing and puffing. Puff and puff. ESPN. Getting ready for the Packers and the Rams. In the Senior Bowl, they said that the MVP went to the quarterback from Duke. Got the starting nod, but Daniel Jones left with the MVP award. That's the guy that's supposed to be the heir apparent, they said, to Tom Brady. I wouldn't, like I said in the thing before, I wouldn't want to be the heir apparent to Tom Brady. Too big of a shoes to fill. The guy could be at a 6 Super Bowl ring. He's already made how many appearances? In the last couple of years, they've won 8 titles, division titles. They've been to the Super Bowl 5 times. Last couple of years, 3 in a row. So Jones led the second half with a comeback, a touchdown run, a scoring pass to help make up for some of his practice struggles earlier in the week. The North coach John Gruden of the Oakland Raiders says Jones saving his best performance for the end of the week. I'm sure he wanted to start the game. He looked at the game as if it were 2 different games. First, it was going to be started by Luck. And the second would be started by Jones. So he started the second half and brought him back from the deficit. He ended up getting the MVP honors. Daniel Jones, quarterback for Duke, led the Senior Bowl. They said he struggled in practice, so they look at that whole thing. They watch him practice. They see how they're doing the practices. Just like one of the linemen, they were looking at the Ravens, so they struggled. But then it came on towards the end of practices. That's what they did. So they watch all of it. They say Jones was a redshirt junior from Duke. He's projected to be a top 15 draft pick to a second rounder early in the draft. 6'5", 220. Says he hopes the way he handled the hectic Senior Bowl will help him with his prospect. So that's a quarterback, 6'5", 225. That's not too bad. He had some mistakes doing the 7-on-7s. He's 6'5", 220. That's a big quarterback. Hard to get down, kind of like Ben Roethlisberger style. It's hard to get your arms around that big dude. You can get him down, and when you do, he still has the arm strength to throw it away. That's Ben. I haven't watched this kid Jones. I haven't watched a lot of stuff on Duke. Warriors are up on the Celtics. Beat the Celtics 115 to 111. So again, Klay Thompson drains the three, ends the game. LeBron, he's doing contact drills. So he's inching his way back in it. He'll be there for him before they start falling back too much. You got the Nuggets beating the 76ers with 7 minutes in the fourth. You got the Spurs, the final against the Pelicans, 126-114. Grizzlies and the Pacers. Grizzlies winning 106-103. Trailblazers and Hawks are 63-64 at halftime. So football world, you have Vinatieri. He's going to play another year. He'll be the oldest kicker to be around. He's still playing. Adam Vinatieri, ex-Pro Bowl kicker Folk, signs with the Arizona of the AFF. Rams cornerback fine. Goodell talks to Peyton. Edelman 32. McVay very remarkable stud. One of the lines, Bates punches officer after arrest. So one of the lines, guys got himself into trouble. Like it says, so Locke got the Senior Bowl ride, but the MVP went to Jones, the quarterback for Duke. They said that Antonio Brown wants to go to the 49ers. That's the place where he wants to go. He wants to land with the 49ers. And then the air raid offense, the guy Kingsbury for the Cardinals, he runs an air raid offense with Texas Tech. He kind of, going to throw the ball more than they're going to run the ball. It's out of shotgun. We'll see how that goes. The air raid was fast-paced, no huddle type stuff, where they don't give you time to get up and there's a center plays into them. They don't huddle up to get at the line of scrimmage. And they call the plays and you're sitting in the backfield, which usually a lot of passing. So you got Russell Wilson going to be quarterback in the Pro Bowl. Title game with these guys, Patriots and the Rams. Still going with the Patriots. Haven't changed my pick. Everything's still looking good. They still got the 41-year-old GOAT at the helm, so they should be good. Larry Petty, how you doing, Larry Petty? Only went on late night with Mike Nasty, the fatman, talking about the Rams and the Patriots. How the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, 41 years old, still throwing the ball, taking snaps. You know, he's been here before. He could be the most decorated quarterback with 6 Super Bowl rings. You know, they've been there 4 or 5 times in a row, 3 times in a row. He has 8 division titles, a couple MVPs. So I go with the Patriots. Can't lock it. Their defense is, you know, starting to come on. So right at the right time, Belichick always gets their teams going. Gonna have to give my bet on the Patriots. Young kid against the old guy, but the old guy has the experience. Kind of like a David and Goliath thing, except for it's a big task to handle for these guys. And the young coach, he just turned 33 years old. Young quarterback. They could probably be the Twins. We'll see. They got to get the running game going, do the Rams. But they have so in college basketball. Maryland was number 13. They had a chance to move up and do things. Once again, they faltered. They lose to Illinois, 78-67. He had Duke beat Georgia Tech 66-53 without Jones, but Zion Williams still comes through, holding down the fort. You know, dunking, running. You had Virginia number 3 beat Notre Dame 82-55. Louisville beat Pittsburgh. NC State barely beat Clemson 69-67. Marquette beat Xavier 87-82. And Tennessee, number 1 Tennessee, took out West Virginia 83-66. So Texas Tech beat Arkansas. That was a close one, 67-64. Virginia Tech beat Syracuse in the 2-3 zone. That's what we adapted the 2-3 zone in girls basketball in high school. That's the zone, and it's been pretty impressive. We've held teams under 37 points a game, 27 last night. Only had 3 points in the fourth quarter of the other team. We ended up beating them 47-27. So you play 50% of the court instead of spreading yourself out 80% and running these presses. You play a lot better when you're not expanding yourself out there. Too easy to break a trap, and then someone's down there all alone under the basket. It's easier to play 50% of the floor and press when they get across half court. Charlie, shouldn't you be in there? What's up, Charlie? Charlie, say hello to Laura. Laura, this is Charlie. He's online with you. Anybody else? But yeah, in college basketball, there were your scores and some of your do's and don'ts. Number 22, Mississippi State. They beat Auburn 92-84. There's a couple of upsets, a couple of close games here. LSU had to rally back to be to beat Syracuse. And Richie's on too. Everybody's on now. Hi, Rich. How you doing? Say hello to Rich, Charlie. They say Chris Long ponders retirement from the Eagles, so he might not come back. Like I said, the Orioles got their coaching staff in place. They got a hitting coach from Cincinnati, Long. They got a pitching coach from Texas, Broccoli, that was a little suspect. Didn't really have a winning record out there. I think 1 year their pitching staff was good, but they also had some Cy Young winners and MVP guys out there. But he's a little. Him and Elias have something that they were together in Houston, so he knows this guy, and we'll see what he can do with the bullpen. Now they're starting to bloster, get everything together. They're putting some arms in there, so they're inviting their. They just had the two top prospects that they're going to bring into camp. Take a look at them. They had a couple of old five guys that they're bringing in, and a couple other waiver wire guys that they got off the waivers. So they're filling some spot with some middle infielders. I think one guy was from New York. A couple guys signed away from New York. And as you know, they said Mussina isn't going to put a logo on his plaque, kind of like what Maddox did since he did time between the Cubs and the Braves. Mussina doesn't want to go through that. He did 10 years here, 8 years in New York. He compiled pretty good stats. I think he had a 3.35 ERA. In both, he was close, 3.35. In New York, he was 3.32 or something like that. That was 8 years in New York. And, I think the last thing he did, he pitched relief to get them past the Red Sox and got them to the World Series one time. And he ended up getting his only 20-game win season in 2008, the last time he pitched. So he did have a 20-game win season. I thought he escaped that. Didn't get a 20-game, but they said his last time he pitched, he got a 20-game win season in New York. Only had one, but he was also pretty good with strikeouts. He had a lot of strikeouts and commanded the ball pretty well. A lot of, like I said before, 1-1 ball games. He didn't get blown out. Didn't get, he pitched a lot of innings, took up some. He was a good ace for us here for a while. For the 10 years that he was here, he commanded his fastball and did a good job staying out of trouble. Like I said, they're getting ready to put catchers and pitchers down there in Florida. So spring training's around the corner. Your Hall of Fame guys, your Mariano Rivera ended up getting all the votes, 317 votes. First guy to get unanimous votes. And then you had Edgar Martinez, you had Roy Halladay, then Mussina. And then you got a couple guys, I guess, I don't know, but Baines and Lee are going in. They played with the Orioles. Lee, I think, only was with us for a couple of years, but Baines was a good utility player for us for a few years. And he still lives down on the Eastern Shore, I think. So he's going to go in. But they're going in as a White Sox, and the other one's going in as a Cubs, as a Cubby. So, but they were both Oriole guys for a little bit. They came through here. Baines was, like I said, good DH guy. He had knee problems, so that's what probably hurt him from getting in because of his, not playing the field as much when he got a little bit older. All he did was DH, because he had a lot of injuries to his knees and they were bad. Wasn't a very fast guy, but he was a good contact hitter. He was a contact hitter. So that's why it took him so long to get in. I think he was on his last ride, Baines and Lee both. But you got Rivera, like I said, got the unanimous decision. See if he opens the doors for others like that. But in the Hall of Fame records, you still got Bonds and Clemens that were getting like 65, 67%. See if I think they're in the last round of their induction phase that they can get in. I don't know that that steroid error might affect them. They might have asterisks by the names. And then Clemens, Who else is out there? You know what's his face ain't getting the one guy that played for us. What's his name? John Blanks. We got an NHL hockey. You have the Metro 10 and the Central 5. Sidney Crosby tallies 5 goals and 7-4 victory. That was the NHL. I need to tell us NBA scores again. Well, like I said, Brady's gone for a 6th Super Bowl win there. You know, they had this guy, Emilio Sala. He was a European soccer player, and his plane went down in the French Alps or somewhere in there. And they called off the hunt for the plane, and the families are a little bit upset that they're calling off the search to find him. He signed for the European team, and he was going to meet him, and he never made it. So today was sort of a fan fest. You know, where you can meet the players. I think they had Trumbo and Davis out there talking to the fans and stuff. What things do we need for the all season? So, you know, considering that these guys just put their staff together, they're kind of late, you know, with the making any moves and getting stuff. And like I said, they've been using the wire, and they're looking into the international league to see what they can get out of that. They're supposed to be, you know, Elias is supposed to have a lot of contacts, and they're looking at it. And the Ravens. The Ravens says that they're in for a whole new era. John Harbaugh got his contract extended to 2020 or something, or 2022. He got 4 years on it, and they said it's a new era. And, you know, they changed everything. They changed their offensive coordinator. They went with not a big change. The guy was here was the offensive line guy, but you know they're going in a new direction. You know, 11 years behind Joe. Now they're going with the young guy, going with a whole different style of offense. We're going to implement something different. You can see what they do. They got a couple of things that they got to do first. You know, they got to cover some cap space, so they got to trade Joe. They said that they were with C.J. Mosley, but there was a money problem. They would have to. They're willing to sign him, but I think there's some money issues about, you know, how much or what, or I don't know. But they said that they were in the midst of signing. You know, and they say that Weddle and Yonder and those guys could be back. That Weddle could be back because he's still in the contract. So The Terps went up to Madison Square Garden, and I told you they didn't fare well. They ended up losing 78-67 to Illinois. You know, the Garden wasn't nice to them. They were ranked number 13. I thought they'd move up and get up there. But, get themselves away. In the Big Ten, they were pretty good. But seem to have trouble beating some of these teams that they should beat. Because they're young guys. Got a bunch of young guys, a couple of young guys out there. One of the boys that was out there for a while, he's reporting he's been sitting the bench. Jake Lanham is finally getting his opportunity to take his sweatsuit off he never saw before. Now they're giving him some opportunity to get out there and see what he can do. I guess they have some injuries out there in Portland and they need to bring people on. So they're gonna. He was a good hustle guy, good 3-point. He could shoot behind the arc. He played hard for the Terps. That was like 2 years ago. He was